everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. These words, spoken by Viktor Frankl, echo through time with profound meaning. But what did he truly mean by this? Today, we journey through three revolutionary minds that forever changed how we understand the human soul. In the early 20th century, three brilliant men emerged from the intellectual landscape of Vienna and Austria, each carrying a different torch to illuminate the mysteries of human nature. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed our deepest drives came from unconscious sexual impulses. Alfred Adler, his former student turned rival, argued that we are motivated by a will to power and the need to overcome feelings of inferiority. And Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, proposed something entirely different, that our primary motivation is neither pleasure nor power, but the search for meaning. Their stories intertwine like threads in a tapestry, each adding unique colors to our understanding of what it means to be human. Freud saw us as prisoners of our unconscious desires, driven by forces we barely comprehend. His consulting room in Vienna became a laboratory where he explored the hidden chambers of the human psyche. Through dream analysis and free association, he uncovered what he believed to be the fundamental truth about humanity, that we are beings driven by libido, sexual energy that shapes our entire existence from childhood to death. Imagine sitting in Freud's dimly lit office, lying on his famous couch, as he guides you through the labyrinth of your unconscious mind. He would tell you that your personality is like an iceberg. What you see on the surface is merely the tip, while massive structures of repressed memories, forbidden desires, and primitive impulses lie hidden beneath. The ID, he explained, is our animal nature seeking immediate gratification. The superego represents society's moral demands, and caught between them struggles the ego, trying to navigate reality while satisfying both masters. But Alfred Adler saw something different when he looked at human nature. Where Freud saw sexual drives, Adler saw a creative force striving for superiority and completion. He believed that every person begins life with feelings of inferiority. We are born helpless, dependent, small in a world of giants. This creates what he called an inferiority complex. But rather than being purely negative, this becomes the driving force for growth and achievement. Adler's vision was more optimistic than Freud's deterministic view. He saw humans as goal-oriented beings, constantly creating their own life story. In his practice, he would sit face-to-face with clients, believing that therapy should be a collaborative journey rather than an archaeological dig through the unconscious. He introduced the concept of lifestyle, a unique pattern of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that each person develops to overcome their perceived weaknesses and achieve their goals. Consider how different this perspective is from Freud's. While Freud might say you are angry because of repressed childhood trauma, Adler would ask what purpose your anger serves in your current life goals. Where Freud looked backward to find causes, Adler looked forward to discover purposes. He believed in social interest, our innate tendency to cooperate and contribute to the welfare of others. This was revolutionary thinking that emphasized human potential rather than human pathology. Then came Viktor Frankl, with perhaps the most profound insight of all. Having survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps, including Auschwitz, Frankl discovered something that neither Freud nor Adler had fully grasped. He observed that those who survived the camps were not necessarily the physically strongest or those with the most to live for in traditional terms. They were those who found meaning in their suffering, who could answer the question why they should continue to live. Frankl's logotherapy, meaning therapy, proposed that the primary human drive is neither pleasure nor power, but the search for meaning. He witnessed firsthand how people could endure unimaginable suffering when they found purpose in their experience. Some prisoners found meaning in helping others, some in preserving memories of loved ones, others in bearing witness to human dignity, even in the darkest circumstances. Picture Frankl in those concentration camps, watching fellow prisoners around him. Some gave up hope and died within days, while others maintained an inner freedom that no guard could touch. He realized that even when everything external is taken away, freedom, possessions, health, even hope of survival, humans still possess the freedom to choose their attitude toward their circumstances. This became the cornerstone of his therapeutic approach. What makes these three approaches so fascinating is how they reflect different dimensions of human existence. Freud's psychoanalysis dives deep into our biological and psychological inheritance, uncovering the primitive drives that operate beneath consciousness. His method of free association and dream interpretation opens doorways to parts of ourselves we never knew existed. When someone suffers from anxiety or depression, Freudian therapy might explore how early relationships and repressed conflicts continue to influence present behavior. Adler's individual psychology focuses on our social nature and creative potential. His approach is more practical and future-oriented, helping people understand how their current problems serve certain purposes in their life strategy. An Adlerian therapist might help someone recognize how their symptoms, while painful, also provide certain benefits, perhaps avoiding responsibilities or gaining attention. The goal is not just insight, but action, not just understanding, but courage to change. Frankl's logotherapy addresses our spiritual dimension, not necessarily religious, but our uniquely human capacity to transcend circumstances through meaning. When traditional therapy focuses on what is wrong with us, logotherapy asks what is right with us, what unique contribution we can make to the world. A logotherapist might work with someone experiencing an existential crisis by helping them discover their personal mission, their reason for being. These three schools offer different paths up the same mountain of human understanding. Freud's path winds through the dark valleys of unconscious conflict, requiring a courage to face painful truths about ourselves. Adler's path climbs steadily upward, emphasizing our power to overcome obstacles and create our own destiny. Frankl's path leads through the highest peaks, where we discover that even suffering can be transformed into triumph when we find meaning in our experience. Consider how each approach might help someone struggling with the loss of a loved one. Freudian therapy might explore how this loss triggers earlier abandonment fears, helping the person work through grief by understanding its unconscious meanings. Adlerian therapy might focus on how the person can honor their loved one's memory by pursuing meaningful goals, transforming loss into motivation for contribution. Logotherapy might help the person find meaning in their grief itself, perhaps by helping others who face similar losses, or by carrying forward the values their loved one embodied. The beauty of these three approaches is that they complement rather than contradict each other. We are indeed influenced by unconscious forces, as Freud discovered. We do strive for mastery and significance, as Adler observed, and we do search for meaning and purpose, as Frankl proclaimed. Perhaps the fullest understanding of human nature requires all three perspectives, like looking at a diamond from different angles to appreciate its complete brilliance. What can we learn from these three great minds about living more fully? From Freud, we learn the importance of self-awareness, of understanding the hidden forces that drive our behavior. We cannot change what we do not acknowledge. From Adler, we learn about courage and creativity, about our power to overcome obstacles and contribute to something greater than ourselves. From Frankl, we learn that meaning can be found in any circumstance, that we always retain the freedom to choose our response to life's challenges. Their combined wisdom offers us a comprehensive roadmap for psychological health and spiritual growth that integrates insight, courage, and purpose. We need Freudian insight to understand our unconscious patterns and break free from automatic responses that no longer serve us. We need Adlerian courage to change what can be changed, to take risks in pursuit of our goals, to develop genuine concern for others alongside healthy self-respect. And we need Franklian wisdom to find meaning in what cannot be changed, to discover purpose that transforms even our suffering into something valuable for ourselves and others. Together, these three revolutionary thinkers teach us that being human means being capable of transformation, regardless of our past experiences or present circumstances. They show us that we are simultaneously driven by forces beyond our conscious control, empowered with creative capacity to shape our destinies, and called to find meaning that transcends our individual concerns. Their legacy lives on, not just in therapeutic techniques, but in a deeper understanding of human dignity and potential. When we face our own dark nights of the soul, we can draw upon our Freudian insight to understand our patterns, Adlerian courage to take action despite our fears, and Franklian meaning to find purpose even in our pain. The story of these three brilliant minds reminds us that psychology, at its best, is not just about treating pathology, but about unlocking human potential. They showed us that every person carries within themselves the capacity for profound transformation, that our wounds can become sources of wisdom, that our struggles can become stepping stones to deeper understanding and greater compassion. In our current age of anxiety, depression, and existential confusion, their insights remain remarkably relevant. Freud's emphasis on unconscious forces helps us understand how childhood experiences and repressed emotions continue to influence our adult relationships and life choices. Adler's focus on individual courage and social interest provides antidotes to the isolation and powerlessness many people feel in modern society. Frankl's logotherapy offers hope to those struggling with meaninglessness, showing them that purpose can be found even in the midst of suffering. As we reflect on these three paths to understanding the human soul, we see that each offers something essential for navigating life's challenges and discovering our authentic selves. Their approaches are not merely academic theories, but living wisdom that can guide us through our own journeys of growth and healing. The question for each of us becomes deeply personal. Which path speaks most clearly to where we are in our own journey of self-discovery and growth? Do we need to explore our unconscious patterns with Freudian insight, develop our courage and social connections with Adlerian empowerment, or discover deeper meaning in our experiences through Franklian wisdom? Perhaps we need different approaches at different seasons of our lives, or perhaps we benefit from integrating insights from all three traditions. If this exploration of three revolutionary approaches to understanding human nature has sparked your curiosity, please subscribe to our channel for more insights into psychology, philosophy, and personal growth. Share this video with someone who might benefit from these timeless wisdoms, and let us know in the comments which of these three approaches resonates most deeply with your own journey toward understanding yourself and living more fully.